Welcome to Content Breaker. He's Kai, I'm Kelz, and of course we're joined by Strangely Entertaining and Zogboy himself. Today we're talking about Future Diary. Gentlemen, How are y'all?
I'm good. I don't have a in my life, so I'm pretty good, but I'm also pretty sad.
Tired.
Praise.
I'll be honest, I'm tired.
He's tired. I'm allergic to cats. Zog has infiltrated the system, and Kelz is here.
Yes, true facts. That is the realest statement ever made. I'm here. Today we're talking about Future Diary, the 26 episode anime plus 01 OVA.
Because everyone got mad.
Hey, you know what? Everybody's got to have a beach OVA. It's the only reason it was made.
I guess that technically was. So are you saying that the OVA was created because people were mad, Strange?
I mean, that's what some people theorize, but I don't know. Maybe they just had their run and they needed to continue the story, so they made an OVA. But I just like to make controversial things out of nothing, so...
I would just like to say that the OVA was the final part of the manga because I went back, read the manga after this to see the differences and to see if there was any other stuff. And I saw that like the true ending, like not the true ending, but like the actual just ending was the OVA. They ended the anime season before the like last two chapters for some reason. So, yeah,
because they were already at 26 and needed an excuse to make more. I guess.
Yeah, no one wants to make 27 episodes in a season, I guess.
I'm pretty sure after those last two episodes, they were just like, well, we jumped the shark enough. Let's leave lying dogs to die.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, so let's talk about the setup for Future Diaries, right? So, it's a death game via diaries, and for some reason school kids oftentimes in the early 2000s used their flip phone to record diaries. And I mean oftentimes two very specific weirdos in this school write diaries in their telephone
so often they had it down to the minute.
Yeah,
that's the creepy part.
That's too much.
Y'all just ain't dedicated to y'allselves enough.
You damn right. I don't love myself.
I ain't got a diary.
I have a diary about everything I do. I have a diary about everything that my fictitious like Shikigami does.
Yo, so apparently the whole deal with this is it's a god made from the imagination of our sad boy,
Deus Machina.
Yeah.
His name is literally Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, but he hasn't...
Machine of the god.
You can't beat that, though.
That's the level of writing. It just tells you right away what it's going to be.
No, and it's great because it's like, oh, your imaginary friend, why can't he just also be the one that holds the like fabric of space together?
Because...
Shinto shit, man. Why not?
Why not?
I mean, real talk, he a G. But we can talk about that later. Like, why I love Deus so much. But yeah, so Deus, the god of this realm, who was like fictitious and also not fictitious because our boy Yuki couldn't have created him if he was already there. I feel like he was just speaking to Yuki. At least that's how I interpreted it. But yeah, so you've got all these people who are very like meticulous about writing their day and aspects and other things. So they become wielders in this death match that is fought with diaries.
Future Diaries.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yes. Thus,
all in the pursuit of becoming the new god.
Mirai.
Yes, God is dead, apparently.
God is dying.
Yes. Which, he's a god. I don't know how that exactly works, but...
We must have 11 sacrifices to summon the new god. not how that works, but people have to
Oh,
die.
I was like, are you talking about Platinum Inn? Because I realized that this is the same thing. Because that's
it honestly kind of seems like somebody just watched Highlander a bunch and then decided, what if they all had diaries that could tell the future?
I like this premise, though. It's somewhat unique while being the same. It's like, I don't think we've seen anything like Future Diaries before in terms of like being a carbon copy of anything. It's definitely influenced by a lot of stuff, but I don't think we've ever seen anything like it, you know. Certainly, it's not like Squid Game.
The setup is unique enough where it's like Eureka 7 in my mind. It's kind of like B+ tier mech anime, but like, what other mech anime are you gonna get fucking surfing mechs and grooviness? Like, that's this for me. I'm like, I could go watch any kind of sad boy shit, but where am I gonna get like Death Game, Bitch Boy, other than like Evangelion? And there's no mix in this one, except maybe. But hey.
And I can honestly say, I never saw anything like before this. She brings a whole new meaning to the phrase "crazy bitch."
Man, Gasai is the queen of the yandere, bro. They come close, but they ain't done it. Like, because they either mess it up and give it too much like wow factor. Like, she's the perfect balance, man. And like, she a dynasty, bro. Like, she a dynasty since 2006. I don't think
the key is obsession.
Not even that, because they make obsessed characters. There's just something about her. Like, I think it's because she's so inherent. It's like she doesn't mean ill. Like, like she legitimately thinks what she's doing is the right thing, which makes her so dangerous. Like the Joker. I could do a whole thing about her, so I'm going to let y'all continue because I totally wrote in like college. We had to write a paper on a character analysis for our film and literary class. I did Gasai. And I got an A+, and my teacher wanted me to tutor in the writing lab. That was not going to happen because I did not care about anything else this much.
So like you got to go to the lab and be like, hey, first step, get into anime. Second step, write about an anime character.
Step 1, fall mercilessly in love with some schmuck you've said 4 words to. Step 2, murder his enemies.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted like subject verb agreement? I ain't got you, fam.
Hey, Kelz, what color is your girl's hair right now?
Bro, I'm just waiting to die.
Touch her plushies.
Oh no.
Yeah, man, they're fucking creeping in, man. My day is coming.
Piplup was watching you. You're just gonna get pecked in your sleep one good time.
Yeah, man, they gotta make room on the bed. Yeah, it's a whole deal.
The bone of my beak.
But no, Future Diaries is a fun, ridiculous combination of like sad boy horror, suspense, thrillerness, and it's pretty great. So we've got a lineup, like the setup. Okay, well, we're gonna find the new god via diaries, and all of you diary holders are gonna have to fight to the death to pick the one singular person who is like good enough to become the new god that holds the glue of this universe together. So we got a lineup of diary holders. Tell me about our characters.
As far as I can tell, that's the only thing they have in common is that they keep good notes about their own lives.
I think they're all heroes of justice. But
definitely not. One of them was a terrorist.
Well, technically, all of them have
That is one weird thing I'll say about this show. It got me to root for the terrorist.
Right?
I was surprised by
you
that.
mean best girl? I'm sorry, you meant best girl?
No, I don't think he means.
Actually, yeah, the best girl in the show is a terrorist.
Right.
Yes, very much so.
Literally, I was sad when her homeboy got murdered. And then when she died. And then when she came back, I was like, what the fuck?
Bro,
and then when she got to live her life, I was like, yes.
Bro, that's why Deus is a real one, my guy. When he was like, guess what?
Let's talk about these characters right quick.
Yeah,
we got our typical shonen protagonist, bad boy Shinji Ikari. No, I mean Yukiteru Amano. His parents are divorced, and he is sad because they can't go stargazing or some, I don't know,
some weak
school.
excuse for being evil. I'm like, bruh, say with your chest.
His whole deal is he's a loner, and he documents everything he sees throughout his day in his cell phone. That's a setup for the diary. Nothing interesting that happens.
Must be a lot of space in that cell phone.
Hell, in the first episode, when you see him putting an entry into the diary, he's literally just saying, like, there's a rock still on my path home. That is it. It's just.
And that's why. Hey, that's why he has one of the strongest diaries, because it's the most detailed. But it only lets. No, his is the
random diary. It's the random diary because there's just random shit. The fact that he keeps good notes and it's detailed is kind of plays into it, but is also kind of irrelevant.
I mean, it's based on the fact that he has forever typed what he has seen throughout his day-to-day, and by virtue of it being a future diary, now he can see what he has seen in the future, presumably. Yeah. And that allows him to make decisions indiscriminately of whatever else is going on. Now, our second diary holder is, of course, Yuno Gasai with the Yuki diary, where she can see what the fuck is going on with Yukiteru every 10 minutes, because
Stalker is putting it mildly.
Right?
I think it's cute how she loves and respects her man.
Sure.
She can do all those things and still be a
stalker.
She can do all of those things and still be creepy as hell.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Zog, only because I know how you feel. Who would you say is a bigger stalker, Yuno or Hinata? We're gonna say Hinata.
Yuno.
No, clearly. Yuno, hands down.
Okay. I wanted you to say
Hinata
Yuno. That's why I say you're gonna say Hinata.
But she nowhere near on Yuno level.
Yo.
Like, there's a scale of 1 to 10, and then there's a scale of fucking Run and Yuno.
The god of the new world.
Yeah, she's got the Yukiteru diary that follows him. The third didn't have a title, did he? Because he got
he did.
Too soon.
He did.
What was his?
He was their teacher. Forget his name. But his was the murder
Taco
diary because he is a serial killer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's weird. That was a weird thing.
He only lasted one episode, so
yeah.
Fuck him. Anyway, then there's the fourth, who was a detective.
Investigate was his
criminal investigation, I think.
Where anytime there was an open case, he could then like see the future of it, but only when there was an open case.
Yeah. And then you had the supervision, which belonged to the fifth, which was like the little kid.
Yeah, the 4-year-old.
Yeah, his was a coloring book, which was the first one we saw that wasn't a cell phone. Wait, was it the first one? Anyway.
Timeline-wise?
Yes.
Timeline-wise, it goes, I think, it's between number 6 and number... I don't know. It's between the scroll diary or the handheld recorder, but we'll get to those.
Yeah.
So the 6 is a fucking child. Like, this is
the 6 is a child
level, like, the child is the murderer shit.
Yeah.
7, which includes 2 people, which is fun.
Did we?
You skipped one.
Okay, we did the 5th as the child.
Yes. Yeah, we didn't do the 6th.
One is a cult leader.
Oh, okay. The cult leader's the one.
Yeah. The mind controlled chick or person.
Her story, it's crazy, but she also doesn't use a cell phone. She uses a large scroll.
Yeah.
I thought she was blind at one point.
She's like poor sighted, but she can still see.
She also spends most of her time in a candlelit dark room, so it might not be like a disease or something that took away her eyesight.
It's just, imagine if I took my glasses off and did the rest of the podcast. absolutely like fuzzy.
Well, you tell him, bro. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat, 100%.
Imagine if your parents, instead of getting you corrective glasses, they made you the figurehead of a fucking cult
and let you get raped a lot.
They died.
What?
And then,
oh gosh.
yeah.
Oh, that happened after they died. Okay.
They died, and then ooky spooky weird old man took advantage and then turned the cult into a rape cult. No one's okay.
Fun.
No one's okay. Nothing about the show is okay.
Disclaimer: if you are not, I think this is rated TVMA. So disclaimer:
It's
this
mature.
is
It's
not
mature
kids.
shit.
When the hands get chopped off, there's bone. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure it's mature.
I've not watched that.
That being said,
that
being said, this cult leader is not. She is a victim of some bad shit, but she's also the perpetrator of some bad shit as well outside of the cult.
I forgot what she did.
Well, took advantage of being a cult leader to then steer the sex cult into whatever direction she wanted, which was her becoming God. Now that she was playing that game,
and she was willing to basically force other people to go through the same horrific things she's gone through.
Okay, that is
by
bad.
her own orders.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? It's the cycle of abuse. Payne told us about it. Cycle of hatred.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, the 7th wants 2 people.
Which is wonderful.
What?
One of the best diaries.
Love Diary with Marco and...
Pretty sure that's just pronounced A or I.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Marco and I, which are 2 lovebirds, which is wonderful. Their whole thing is their fake love cannot compete with our real love, which is very real.
Yeah. Seeing a genuine loving relationship in this being put up against whatever and Yuki have going on.
They had the best.
It's a very strange but very entertaining group of episodes.
They had the best death, bro. Like, hands down. Or at least one of the best. Like, when... Like, and I liked what home dude, I think Marco was his name, was telling Yuki, like, why you gonna let your girl do this? Like, why are you using her? You such a bitch. And he beat the hell out of her. I was like, yeah, do it again.
Yeah, I remember loving that when I first saw it. I went back and rewatched that, and I don't know, there was some... Maybe it was because he was basically saying, don't be so dumb as to have her do all your dirty work for you, and then tell her to show mercy to your enemies. By the way, as your enemy, please give me help in unburying everybody.
It was different, though.
Well, he knew that he was dying. He was
he just wanted to save her,
push this rock so I can go die with my girl.
Yeah.
But certainly your point, like, it was kind of like a
it's a little weird
in a mentor way. Yeah, I mean, totally.
I mean, to me, it was more contrast showing that his love, like Marco's love for I, overruled everything. Like, even his own values by him asking Yuki for help. So I thought that was kind of like a nice touch. I was like, okay.
It's just doing them both at the same time.
It wasn't real. I would argue that it wasn't really asking for his help in terms of like, hey, help me out here. It was like you're the sons of bitches who are stuck under the rubble. If you want to get out, which is what you're threatening to do, like, you're going to fucking help or you're going to die. Because I cannot do this shit you're asking me to do on my own.
True.
Okay.
Like,
but the whole, like heartfelt, teaching moment, it was fun, but also kind of, like, weird. But, I mean, personally, I enjoyed it. I was like, yeah, give him shit. Make him feel bad for being a lazy fuck. No one does that enough.
Yeah.
Hate him. Let him rot. And then we got 8, which is
Some orphanage lady
Pillsbury
with the
dope
website.
Bitch. What is this one?
Yes, I was setting it up for you, Zog. I was like, I'm gonna let you say this one.
Yeah, dude, what is the character design on this?
Woo!
Because she looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy as a woman.
Yeah,
I'll be
literally.
real with you.
The
Go ahead,
wiki says like it's a large, strangely shaped woman. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
with
no
her
shit.
being strangely shaped, I thought it was like a red herring for Murmur. Because I was like, when they initially introduce her, I'm like, that looks so incredibly weird. It's got to be Murmur in like a dress-up costume.
Yeah, bodysuit or
Gotta
something.
be something going on, supernatural influence. It can't just be a whole ass real person.
Yeah.
Which it
And
is.
then it was.
When you see
Nope.
all of their silhouettes and everything in like the first couple episodes, I literally thought that was just someone wearing a costume. No.
Yeah,
No. Her diary's pretty cool though.
Real person.
it's the one like it's basically her diary
It's a
is
website.
basically
The blog post.
It's a server.
The
Yeah.
ability to give other cell phones future reading abilities.
Yeah.
And not have it bound to your like personal soul.
It's actually
Yeah,
really
so
cool.
it's like-
just a server, and she can just create her own army to go out and do her bidding.
I was gonna make a reference, but like the only one who would get it would be Zog. But I was like, so she's basically Hawkmoth.
Less stupid or crazy, but yes, yes, essentially.
You think Hawkmoth is stupid and crazy? That's a
Yes.
discussion for another day. You a hater, bruh.
I'm just critical.
Why don't you go roll?
But yes, it's certainly fun.
I mean,
that
I'm
you
trying.
are.
None of y'all want to play.
Down for
Jeez,
one
I'm
episode.
kidding.
Yeah, no, the 8th.
Anyway, the 9th one is actually my favorite of them all.
Is it because?
Yo, she ran out in that dress and was like,
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
terrorist
I'm
now.
sitting here still reading the description of the 8th, so I'm like, is it because
No,
she's
no.
a large orphanage
No.
woman?
I'm moving past that. The 9th one is probably my favorite character.
Yeah, the 9th one is best girl. Like definitely.
So she murdered all of those children in that
Right.
school.
She's a straight up terrorist.
She brought him
She's the
back.
only one with an actual character arc.
Can't bring people back from the dead.
If you
No, I
make
didn't
a
say she brought
different
them
world,
people.
you
They're in a
can.
different universe, so technically, I mean, like,
They're
But
from
yes.
her universe.
The 9th is pretty much the greatest because we get to see 1, character development, and 2, like romance that is not all of this childish, like creepy, crazy
Yeah.
bullshit. And 3, at the very end, she gets her happy ending that she gets taken from her in the majority of the show.
yeah, and her babies can float.
Well, she is
That's
basically a god.
What do you
That's
mean
hard.
her babies can float?
When you see her
Yeah,
at the,
that's a thing.
as a kid, and her babies are like flying.
She has
Son
one
flies.
kid. I did not see that kid flying. I saw it sitting on the couch.
She's got like
I
2 or 3
wrong?
of them. Yeah, there's a shot in the bottom, like right hand corner. There's a baby just floating right in front of the couch as she's watching TV.
Yeah, it happens.
It's like,
She got special
Hey,
kids.
when you become
So
half
weird.
god, your babies float.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got me derailed, man. I must have answers.
Oh, it's true fact,
Must
bro.
find
Holy
this.
shit, you're right.
Trust me, I know anime.
All I noticed was her having a good time with no arm anymore and like a loving like husband. I didn't notice the fucking floating god baby. But you know what? That's wonderful. That's great. It's good to know that those god powers are passed down.
Hereditary, yeah.
Yeah.
They are hereditary.
Next series, Time Babies.
Oh God.
Yo, you playing? I'll watch it.
Lord help us.
And the Time Babies. I'm just kidding. Anyways.
Lord. And then we got the 10th, who is probably my least favorite. Well, the murderer is my least favorite because he was only there for like 5 minutes. But after that, the 10th is definitely my least favorite because he's like, I love these dogs more than I love life, so I'm going to turn these dogs into weapons of mass destruction because
Yeah,
it makes
that
sense.
makes sense.
Then I might kill my daughter. Gang, gang.
Yeah. Here you go, daughter. Have this diary. Now you die for me. Good job, daughter.
Nice.
I love you.
Damn.
Love is a stud.
I love everything. That's why I sent everything I love off to die. Isn't my arc the best?
Man, but it was crazy though. Like the big swerve. Oh my god, she's not actually dead. What the fuck? Now she's a bad guy, and we get to play in a game of like heads or tails, gets left or right.
It was weird that her and her friend were like, "We'll both be evil," and then the other girl's like, "I love her. That's why I'm evil. This is my whole character." I'm like, "All right, you're just following that stereotype, I guess."
I mean, hey,
when the main relationship is that, what is that? I'll take it.
I mean, hey, like
it's somehow healthier.
it's like if Cardcaptor Sakura was evil.
that would be a better show. I feel like I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, I feel like that'd be a lot more lit. Like, and then her friend making her outfits of destruction. Here, stump them out in this Gucci bandana. Shout out to her, real MVP of the series. But anyway, so yeah, 10th is 11th is like
The mayor
the
or something?
big swerve
Yeah.
because
He's the guy who tricked God and told him this was a good idea.
yeah, he's the one that orchestrated this. He had a prototype and everything. He had a vault. He was that guy, and I was like, wow, this is that guy.
His diary is fucking ridiculously OP.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like, I can read other
any
people's diaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Except
totally
for-
stopped
Within a
naming.
certain range, he can just read them.
We totally stopped naming the diaries after love. By
I
the
know.
way, like, we didn't do the 9th or the 10th.
I don't care.
Well, the
I mean,
ninth
the
is
escape diary was dope.
That's a lot of characters.
terrorist.
Yeah, and 10 was the dog diary because
Yeah, we
he
talked
liked
about him.
dogs.
Can read
It was the
dog
ring
mind.
Yeah, and then the 11th is because what does it do? It keeps track of everybody's diaries,
A
or
watcher.
yeah,
It is able
Because
to
he's
see,
basically Big Brother watching over everyone.
Hmm.
it is able to see the future diary logs of each diary holder. So it like he knows what Unogasai's diary says. He knows what Yukiteru's diary says. Like all of them, he knows what the future is for them in particular. It can make decisions with his massive wealth and dumbass hat.
yeah. Like I wanted him to get put. His stuff was so satisfying, and then you got the 12th, who is a blind man who makes like a tape and a recording because he can't type. So, and his is the 1,000 League Eyes, which I
No.
still didn't.
His is the
Ears.
Justice Diary.
It's like
Oh yeah.
ears
He's
or
a
something.
vigilante.
So what does his do? It's like
He
can.
has hearing stuff and it makes illusions. I don't know.
Well, no.
Yeah.
So he's learned hypnotism and all.
That's
this
it.
stuff.
Hypnotism. Thank you. I don't know why I said
But he's whole ass like a Super Sentai weeaboo,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and is on a quest to be the hero of justice.
How did he
Wait.
place those fireworks though?
Don't ask questions.
We don't really know
He
that.
hypnotized the other people that make up
To place the
Super
fireworks?
Sentai.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, clearly. I love how dumb this is and committed to the joke all of it is. He's super kind of ooky spooky evil, but he's not. Because he's like, I'm going to drug and kidnap the 9th. I'm going to take out her eyeball to tell me what's going on. But also it's like, oh, he took out the eyeball to like save her life and like gave her the key to escape. And it's like, he's just dumb and fun. It sucks that he died the way he did, but you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I would have liked
It's-
more of him.
It's kind of nice what we get in the OVA of him as like just a regular schmuck, as just like a cop.
Yeah.
That's great.
The OVA is the closure, is what I like to call it. But yeah, no, those are diaries, and then you got some offshoots. Like
I
there's
was
a
about to
PSP.
say, yeah, the 13th. I'm like, what?
Flying fuck.
And
Yeah,
then
what?
you got
there's a visual novel for a PSP.
Like,
Yeah,
what?
and
What is
then-
that about?
Have
and then you
you
got the detective, which was like the offshoot of like the dude who kissed Yuki, whose name I forget.
He was the Watcher.
Yeah, he was the Watcher.
Yeah, the dude who kissed Yuki. That is basically Kawaru.
Yes, bro. Literally,
Evangelion shit here.
That's when I was like, yeah, this is Evangelion. Like when that happened, I was like, okay.
Gray hair, likes the main character, who's a fucking sad bitch. He's
not actually a real boy.
Plays the piano, just
yeah.
Yeah,
I hadn't seen Evangelion when I saw this, so
yeah, like our boy
took me a few minutes.
Yeah. So that's basically what's going on with the diary users, and they use them in some pretty ridiculous ways, which causes like mass casualties. Like basically, the whole city is like they're playing Minecraft or not. Wow, Minesweeper. They're basically playing Minesweeper with the city,
especially when the bombs are involved.
Yeah, yes. But again, like it doesn't even matter in the end because there's like 3 different worlds that they just remake.
No, it matters. That's like the end point is that it does indeed matter.
I mean, it matters that one of them gets turned into a god, but then they reset the world. So what does it matter?
Let me tell you, the world doesn't reset. It's a whole different universe of people that are not the same Yukiteru. Okay, Yukiteru from World 2.
The people in that universe don't know that though. The people in that universe don't know that though.
Because he didn't go to the 3rd universe once he solved the problems. We'll get to it, but like we see it's the whole fucking deal. Okay, so let's talk about the fact that the plot slowly grows more incredibly ridiculous as time goes on. Okay, like it's fun, it's great. We got big swerves. We've got stuff that's like, okay, you've got a ninja army of orphans.
Yeah.
Great. The mayor is the one who brought all this together and is actually like vying with all of his secrets and is like he's assumed a bank and he's got a vault that only the Gasai family can open. Oh my gosh.
Yuno's not Yuno, except she's Yuno.
Yeah, yes. Yuno Gasai is not actually Yuno Gasai, except for the fact that she is, and we find that out by the fact that she opens the vault, which she shouldn't be able to do, because there's only one fucking Yuno Gasai in this universe, except there's not.
Not to mention the fact we see the bones buried underneath the house. We saw what that was.
You have Mr. Detective coming by and being like, by the way, DNA evidence. That can't be her, because Yuno's dead.
And Mr. Detective being like, you're not a real boy. And him being like, my love for Yuki is real. I'll show you. I'll become a future diary holder.
And the fun in this show was the ride, not the characters.
Yes.
The characters too. Like I think it was all just enjoyable, like because. And this was a really good contained story. It wasn't like I don't feel like I needed anything anymore. Like with the OVA, it felt like a complete sandwich. We had the butter, we had the bread, we had the lettuce, the turkey, the onions, the tomato. Like we were banging out. And we even got some salad dressing.
I would say yes.
Shit, now I'm hungry.
Up until the last 3 episodes, everything was going according to plan. We were going to have an answer. We were going to have a solution. And then we just, another whole ass swerve. And we're into like, okay, I don't know where this is going anymore, but here we are. So the point in which everything goes fucking crazy is we're down to 2 more diary holders. It's Yuno and Yuki. And they're waiting until the final day in which the world is going to just cease to exist. Everyone's going to fucking die. So they're like,
we can't kill each other, so we die together.
Aww.
And the plan was that Yuki was going to kill Yuno.
That's what they had planned, but of course Yuki couldn't fucking pull it off. So he was like, I'm just going to wait and hang out. And of course, like we finally get the payoff about their relationship, kind of, sort of.
They have sex.
They do, but that's only after Yuki's like, the universe is about to end. I should make the sacrifice and give her happy
Let me
end.
give you your pity fuck.
Which I'm like, the nerve of this dude. You look like a fucking wet potato when you out here telling her like, oh, I'm going to pity you. I'm like, bro, shut the hell up. Like, as soon as that part pissed me, I was like, there is no realism in this. None. That was the only thing where I was like, that's never in 1,000 years.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? In all of this show, have you seen up until episode 20 some odd that makes you think this relationship is realistic?
Right.
Nothing. That was like the final story. Okay, so you gotta keep in mind, I watch things. I'm like from anime realism, like so. It's not. I have my own thing. You know, it's like how do magnets work type stuff. And then like that was just him turning her down was just so unbelievable to me.
But he's been doing it all along. It's true. His character.
Look, man.
Whole ass punk bitch character.
Yeah, I'm saying. It's like,
look,
even
Shinji
penny, caught a girl, bro. That's all I'm saying. Even Shinji.
But if I had a penny for every time Yuki changed his mind about Yuno, I could afford to do my own anime series.
Yeah. Like, Yuki is the biggest bitch in anime. I just want to get that out of the way. That's my personal
we're not debating you on that.
For many reasons.
At least Shinji had a giant robot, man.
Yeah, at least Shinji had cool stuff. Yeah, and the rebuild reclaimed Shinji. Like, Yuki, I'm crying. I'm sad. I'm in a black void. I'm God.
No.
Wham, God. I'm sad now.
Holy shit.
Don't make a future diary, like, rebuild just to redeem Yuki. Like,
please
don't.
Need
that. They'll do it.
Please don't.
They'll do it for money.
But everything goes off the rails. They smash. And, of course, he gets to pillow talking. And he's like, hey, so weird stuff happened. And Kawaru was like, hey, she's going to murder you because she's the second. Like, she's not the real Yuno. She's the Yuno from a different universe. And it's like, okay, we're just going to be like, that's cool. Great. There's 2 universes now. We're not going to talk about it. And she whips out the axe. So murder him. And it's like, okay, so everything we thought about her, we knew she was going to try to kill him. And she all ass whips out of the axe out of the bed. Like
where did you even keep that? And how did he not notice it?
Yeah, for real. But it turns out, yes, she's going to murder him to become the god, to move on to the next Yukiteru.
Like and just continue in the previous universe.
Just keep hanging out with Yuki forever and ever. I'm in. Let's have 50,000 universes.
Murder and Yukiteru. That's it. That's the only thing future holds for her.
Not only do I get to hang out with Yuki, but I also get to murder him.
And it's
like
weird.
A party. Let's go.
It's like,
and it's weird.
That's her whole thing. She's like, yeah.
Like, it's weird because this is one of those things where it's like, when was the monster created? Like, and this is what I was talking about earlier. It's like, she has no intrinsic, like, bad, like, evilness. Like, she is doing evil things.
Okay,
but with
there's no malice behind what she's doing. She's doing it because she thinks it's right. But she's so fucking crazy and doing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, let me finish. So
you're
sorry.
No, please. Please finish.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So it's like the fact that she has, like you said, that like no malice in what she's doing, and this is like, I feel like one of the things that Future Diary shows is it goes over a lot of people's head. Like, even things done in good intentions, like the same thing with Yuki, and when he's like, "I'm gonna bring you back," after he just went on a murdering spree. Like, sometimes bad things happen no matter what the intentions. And I feel like that was an underlying theme that a lot of people didn't catch.
Yeah.
Which is
right.
It's the same reason we're rooting for the terrorist. Like,
yeah.
Okay, you blew up a fucking school. You murdered school children. But, like, we want you to be happy with the detective. Like,
I didn't say you were the best hero. I said you were a hero to somebody. Not everybody.
But in terms of, like, the moment, like, she's had a fucked up childhood. Nothing is okay in her life. Adopted, and her mother tortures her, puts her in a fucking cage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's when the monster was created.
Yeah. And then when she put her parents in the cage to teach them what it's like, and then they fucking die.
And then just forgets to feed them.
That's at the point in which the monster is made.
I mean, like,
no malice, but still evil.
Yeah. I mean, they forgot to feed her. In her mind, she's like, this is how I was created, so this is, like, all I know. And, like, the monster was created, not born. It was something that her parents are duly responsible for. Like, and because I believe this is the first, correct? Because she killed the second.
Yeah. No, as soon as she gets with the second universe, she like chops her own head off with an axe. Brings a whole new meaning to the phrase "go kill yourself."
Yeah. So, and then she gets to the third one is the one that's like, yo, no, this isn't okay. Like, I'm gonna forgive my parents, even though they are absolutely crazy. Like, I'm gonna like believe that things can get better.
Yeah, the whole deal is the mom is crazy and the dad is working. So he's not around to like deal with crazy mom. And the mom blames for all of the dad working and not being around and all of this shit because he doesn't want to come home. Because the fucking mom's crazy. So like, yeah, it's a whole deal.
I liked that like kind of saved herself. It wasn't like Yuki who did it because he didn't deserve to because he's a bitch. But like, I liked how it was herself. Not even though it wasn't her, but it was like herself from a different like point of view. It was like, yo, even though all this bad stuff has happened to me, you can still make this.
It was her when she still had hope.
Yeah.
Convincing, ready to murder everyone, her to stop doing what she's doing.
Yuki literally served no purpose in this. Now that I'm thinking about this,
to me, it just kind of looked like, hey, trauma brought them together, and that's what healed the third one and gave her a better life.
I would argue that Yukiteru is the only reason this show exists, by virtue of killing herself once Yuki broke out of his like dream prison, just to be like, I love you, kill me. Like, he had the paradise he always dreamed of. His parents were back together and alive. And he gave that up to go save Yuki. Or save the girl he loves.
He could be a toaster in that role.
Finest.
And she would have murdered her third self if Yuki didn't come through and stop her.
Instead
she didn't save herself in this one. She didn't save herself in this one.
Oh god, no! She straight up killed herself again.
Yep.
Did she?
She would have.
She straight up stabbed herself through the ribs and into her heart.
Her real body.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
She didn't murder the third, but she killed herself. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. The guy only that happened, and then Murmur died too. Like, is Murmur the villain in this?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, your point. The third, turning around, taking the OVA bullshit, where the third is like, I'm gonna go find Yukiteru and like Murmur the second, and yeah, okay, maybe we get more shit, but she's being led on by Murmur and the wishes of her first self, and it's not like self-willing. It's like she's continuing to be a character that's led on.
I was like, because the memories or something from the first.
Yeah.
Murmur totally.
But then, like, is it like her memories, or is it someone completely different that's a lot like her? You know what I mean?
Here's the question, though. It's not her memories. It's the memories of the first universe's But do we give a fuck which this is? As long as it's a It's like the transporter theory. You fucking die in a transporter and a new one.
Oh, yeah.
But it's got all the same memories as you. Does it matter if the original you died and a new you lives? Who's to say? Except we know good and well this is not the that murdered all the people. She has all the memories. But does that make her the same motherfucker? I don't know. I would say no. I don't care that this random ass from Universe 3 found God Yukiteru. I don't give a fuck. She's a different person. Don't make her the same person. Fuck.
I see it as a happy ending because is now out of this universe and and just with somebody else way over there.
Okay.
Out of our reality and into a pocket dimension, you go over there, have fun. Don't come back. We won't miss you. Love you, but won't miss you.
Kai, what's your take?
Like, my take is that I think the OVA was good for like, yay, Yukitaro has a happy ending, but at the same time, the OG, well, like where it ended with episode 26, I was also like, sometimes despair is okay. It's like, died. She has to suffer the consequences of that. It reinforces that there is, consequences for everything that you do. Like Yuki gets to live, but he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a sad boy," and that whole universe is just destroyed. And a third universe exists, and then that's it. It's done. 1 and 2 are there, so I'm like, I see the benefits of both. Yay, we get to see our protagonist be happy, after so much bullcrap, and there is a universe where these parallels get to all be happy as well. Pillsbury, Joe Mom can make muffins or whatever she wants to make. The mayor's still a hoe, but he's working with the girl that get the orphanage together.
Bro, the matron and the mayor is totally smashing.
Yeah, 100%.
Shout out to that.
She says, "Poke my belly," and I go, "Woohoo!"
Oh no.
The serial killer and our hero of justice are now like Batman and Joker, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Universe 2, number 9, has fallen in love with the still alive detective, and they've had children, and it's all great and wonderful. While Universe 3 terrorist is still going out there and blowing shit up.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
I love how in the final episode she's just on the couch, just like, maybe I should go stop her. Nah. I'm sure they got this.
And then you got like Bonnie and Clyde living happily ever after. My thing was like, what did the cult leader do in Universe 3? No.
Wasn't raped. Her parents didn't die.
Oh yeah,
they found out the plot, and she was able to live a regular kid's cult leader dream.
Yeah. So
basically,
like, I'm still trying to figure. There's still questions I have, like, how did those things prevent each other? Since the break stuff happened before the diaries existed, like, how did?
You're never gonna have answers to that because that's just what this show was like.
Well,
yeah,
the God forms went back to the past before everyone became diary holders. Like 2 years in the past.
Yeah, so before I guess everybody had a fucked up life.
World 1, Gasai wins. She's like, I want to bring Yukitaro back because I didn't kill myself at the same time. And it's like, nope, no can do. You can't bring back the dead people. And she learned the hard way. She didn't ask questions. She learned the hard way. So she's like, I want to go to a world where Yukitaro still exists. So that means going back into the past, which creates another time fucking vortex alternate timeline for World 2. And this is the point in which the universe gets really weird and fucked up and fuck everything we've done for the past 26, 24 episodes. Like, we're now in a time travel bullshit universe where it's a shonen battle anime and sad boy shit.
True.
Yeah.
So which reminds me.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The jump to Universe 3 went even farther back in time. So not like back in time when the death game was happening, but like 2 years beyond that.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, no, and I forgot to mention about how much trash Yukitaro's father is. Like
97% trash.
I hope you added him to the list of worst anime dads that we're compiling.
We're doing that right now.
Like he's up there. He's like, yeah, don't kill me.
Money too. They never went into that.
The Yakuza, why not?
It's sure easy answer.
And then I think the mom was solid. Of course, his parents were both trash. Well, really, just the mom. The dad was he was trash by omission. So, yeah. I just got to talk about a few things that did was so off the cuff. Like, let me ask y'all, what was the most disturbing thing that did for you guys? Like, what was the most, like,
The most
what the fuck?
disturbing?
Yes.
Probably when she kidnapped Yuki, drugged him, and then kept him tied to a chair for months.
Should have gone first. But yes. That was mine too. So I'm just like, why are you in your underwear this whole time? Like, why are you straddling him? Like, the part when she was trying to make him eat, I was just like, ugh, this is just so much to watch right now. Like, when she's trying to force the spoon into his mouth.
She kind of had to. She had him on too many drugs.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like, and I felt like he was raped doing that.
Well, I mean, how long was he held up for? Because I don't know if it was that long.
I think it was months. I think it was like a week. It was, because they had gone on this trip, and it was long enough for everybody to be like, yo, they're not back. I think the trip was supposed to last like a week or something. So
yeah, but then they had to spend the time hunting them down and everything.
Yeah.
It was a whole weird ass deal, though, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was, yeah, and she's like, you gotta use the bathroom, like with the toilet bowl and everything. I was like, oh wow. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the part where like she had a whole ass katana, I was like, when did you learn sword skills? But whatever, man. I'm just
God, she just knew.
The last game we went over this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she never really used her god powers. Like, honestly, like, she could have made things so much easier.
How much murder did she do last game, though?
We never saw that, though. So
I know we didn't see that, but we know about it now.
Could you imagine it?
And she teamed up with Yuki. Can you honestly imagine him doing any of that shit?
Yeah. Like, overall, she's a really solid character. Like, she's super fucked up. Like, but
there's a reason people remember her over everything else in this show.
Like, I think she's a good character. Like, what she does, like, it's definitely that gore. This was very gory, suspenseful, like, anime. I think Mirror Nikki does not get enough credit. There's a lot of people like to hate on it. Like the boy in Nuxtaku says, like, he has like this anime that he's like get overly hated, and it's like Fairy Tail, The Future Diary, and I'm like, I agree with you, my spirit animal, you weirdo. Like, but this gets way too much hate. Like, I don't like, people are just kind of turned off from Yuno, which is fair, I guess, because she is a lot. I would not want to know someone like her in real life, but as far as behind the screen, I'm like, yeah. You do you.
Yeah,
like,
when they're in the fantasy world, in that fantasy, far away from me.
Yes, I would like to also stress that does not have step on me energy. I would like to repeat, this is not step on me energy. If you think this is, you are in an abusive relationship. Seek help. This is not okay. This is not what we talk about here on Content Breaker with being step on energy. This is I will kill you in your sleep and roast your organs energy.
Or
we don't like that.
Yeah.
As Zog had put it, due to Strange's and my own mistake, this is definitely Yandere, the I will fucking murder you energy.
Not
Tsundere. The I do not like you, you dumbass.
But I like you, Baka.
Baka Yaru. Yeah.
Drink this water from my fingertips, you worm.
I hate you.
Check out Neko Monogatari. Nisei Monogatari for all of that fun stuff.
Are you thirsty?
Water.
Oh my god.
But
no Noels, no Irina mockeries, just craziness.
Yeah, just I will have your children and murder you. This is definitely like Queen Spider vibes.
Yeah, Black Widow. Like, Billy was right. If you know, you know.
Destroy them all.
Destroy us all.
Different meme, but it's great. That's all I remember.
I love it.
But Future Diaries. It's an adventure.
Watch it. I give it a solid B.
Yeah, I agree. This is definitely like B+ tier anime.
Yes.
It's fun, but it's still like gimmicky, and it plays on stereotypes. Or cliches, more to say. It plays on cliches a lot. but still a fun adventure. Still a lot of fun swerves to experience for the first time.
It's definitely a genre leader. Like, it's one of those things. If someone's trying to get into anime, like I would recommend this alongside Death Note if you want to get into the suspense / like horror aspect. I'm like, yo, give this a watch. Like, this is easy, get into.
Yo, you want to get desensitized real quick? Future Diary.
Nah, man, you want to get desensitized right quick? Let's go for
Higurashi.
That's
ain't nothing
boys.
Lelouch. Code Geass, Elfen Lied, or
Elfen Lied. Elfen Lied got more of like a shock factor because after like episode 3, you're just like, when they kill her puppy though, that hurt me more than anything she did. I was like, I feel you. I condone everything. They killed this girl's puppy in front of her, and then I was like, you go, girl. I condone everything you do the rest of this series. Yes, they murdered the little kids, murdered her puppy because
I'm just like, how can you call yourself a human being after?
I would fight them kids,
though?
bro.
Yeah,
I don't care how old I am.
I'm glad. No, I'm like, you know what?
Those kids.
I'm glad those kids died. They deserved
it. My God. Well,
hopefully no one clips this.
This has been it for Future Diaries here on Content Breaker. You can, of course, catch all of the other shows where we say incredibly dumb shit on all your podcatchers, including Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Podcast at Content Breaker, or on Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube at Content Breaker as well. Kai, you got stuff?
Yeah, you can find me at Static Dreads with a Z on the Twitter. Yeah, Twitter.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Strange, what you got going on?
You can find me at Strangely Entertaining on the socials. That's YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. That's where you can find me at.
Nice. You can catch the other product on all your podcatchers as well at your typical Shonen Protagonist or YTSP. Zog, what are we doing next week?
Next week we're getting back into some more shonen style stuff.
Ooh,
but still some creepy elements to it. We're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Woohoo!
Lost in paradise.